Hi, welcome to another episode of Kika. Now I am with Socrates. And as you can tell, I have my distortion on, so you can kind of really feel the black metal coursing through Socrates' veins. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some ideas for black metal, and hopefully some unique techniques as well. Alright, so the first thing that they do in black metal is they like to play a lot of chords. One of these chords is called a minor third. Looks like this. As you see, my first finger is on the 5th fret of the D string, and my third finger is on the 7th fret of the A. Now, what they would do with this is they would play it from here, and then just basically go one step back, or half step back, and then go right back to the root, and then go half step forward. That's what most black metal music is all about. Just going from one starting point, then going a half step back, and then starting point, and then a half step forward. Now, I know it doesn't sound like real black metal, but if you were to put me against a bass player and definitely a drummer and definitely a rhythm player, then you would see how this is real black metal. Alright, now another thing they like to do, and this was verified by when I saw Varg play on his electric guitar. They like to combine intervals. So what I have here is I have the perfect fourth off the 7th fret of the low E and the 7th fret of the A, and then I have my first finger off the 5th fret of the D string. Take that and make it into an E chord. So all we have is this. It's just really fun. And I really like the ambience. That's what black metal is mostly about. It's about the ambience. Whether you're in the countryside, there's always going to be a big sky. Whether you're in a forest, there's always going to be a big sky. It's always about ambience. One thing for you to know. Alright, so more ideas. Now, one thing that black metal likes to do is they like to use a lot of diminished implements. For example, if I were to just do this, but maybe in power chord form. Now, I know what you're saying. Diminish? Isn't that neoclassical? Yes, it is neoclassical. And that's another thing about black metal. They have little hinges of classical in them, in their playing. Not necessarily neoclassical, but just to the point where they can borrow some of the ideas and then use it for their own interpretation. Okay, excuse me. Alright, so we got the... Now, we're going to expand on the diminish. Now imagine that's going on, and then you hear the chords. It's so heavy, and we can even expunge just by doing diminish all the way. Yeah, makes me want to practice even more now. Because I grew up with black metal. I listened to Possess, Venom, Pile Driver, and then, although my first introduction to music was Motley Crue. Now, Motley Crue's not black metal, but I mean they're technically considered glam metal. But you know, at the same time, it was really fun just getting to know the different genres of music. Alright, back to the lesson. Now, another thing they like to use is called a minor 6 chord. Now, you're probably wondering, what is a minor 6? This is a minor 6. You have the first finger off the 7th fret of the A string. Now, granted, you can do these chords anywhere. Here. I'm just placing it on the 7th fret because that's where I normally like to play. Anyway, from the 7th, our pinky is going to go to the 10. Now from there, what we're going to do is we're just going to alternate and strum and then move in a half a step back. And you see, you can pretty much do anything you want to do in black metal. Oh, hey. My fingers are all beaten up. Alright, let's talk about single note theories. Now, one thing about black metal, they like to use single note theories. Like in the band Possessed. They would take it from the 2, and they would go 5-4, and then 2-5-3. One more lick. Now, one thing they like to do, they like to use triads. No, not the Chinese gang. Triads are 3 groups of notes that would look like this. That would be a triad. But they would take it from a more rhythm base. So like this. So we'll take it from the okay, yeah, let's take it from the 7 again. So we're gonna go 7 off the A, 10 off the A, and then 9 off the D. Now just imagine that being played. Now that's being played, and this is what you hear in the background. And you can even move it up to again expunge on the concept of the idea. Rhythm. Well, one thing about playing black metal, it does take a lot out of you. Especially if you haven't played as often like I have. It just beats you up. Well, anyway, this is Michelangelo. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. And uh, should you want a guitar lesson, please feel free to give me a call at 808-384-7223. That's 808-384-7223. Now, you can either contact me through that, or you can email me at socratesbestfriend@yahoo.com. That's SOCRATES best friend at yahoo.com. This is Michelangelo Barques.